What's going on? This is Greg Gray, Dope Living TV, the live version. Yes, it is. We got a great show for you today. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. It is just out there. Okay, so look. Number one, shout out to my friend Pastor Wilford. Richard Wilford got this listening party coming up next Friday. You guys check it out. Okay, 7 o'clock is tentative time. We'll let you know more details as the time gets closer. You guys check them out, all right? Any music that's played here on Dope Living TV Live, we don't own the copyrights to today. We got a good show for you, seriously. We're talking about relationships, and I wanted the panel, the guys that are with me every day on here, to just take questions. I'm going to come at them. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to come at them. But I also want to point out some things that we can do to create happy relationships. If there is one to be had, a happy relationship. Again, we don't know everything. We don't know how to make your relationship happy, how to make anybody else's relationship happy. We do know what makes the relationships that we're in, livable, happy. I can't say that because I make mistakes every day with people in business relationships and personal relationships and in my personal and private relationship. So we're gonna jump into it, all right? A relationship, is based on love, and love is one of the most profound emotions that are known to human beings. And we must realize that there's many types of love, but most people want the expression of love in a romantic situation with a compatible partner, with somebody who they're compatible with. And for those people, romantic relationships comprise one of the most meaningful aspects of life. And those relationships become a deep sense of fulfillment for those that are involved. Now, most times people mistake intimacy with relationships. They sometimes go hand in hand, but they are not the same. You know what I mean? So the ability to form a stable relationship starts to form when you're younger. You go to school and high school, boy girl things and this and that, okay, but then it manifests itself in something bigger. It manifests itself into I can't see myself without her, or I can't see myself without him, and it becomes more of a partnership than a relationship. You two are basically doing things together. Jocelyn, iron sharpens iron, and like attracts like. Absolutely, you already know. Perfect example of someone. And Jocelyn, as we go through the conversation, feel free to chime in at any time. I'm always going to put these comments up here. But yeah, we want to make sure that we understand how to build a healthy relationship. And doing so, building a healthy relationship requires constant care and communication. And certain things have been shown to be especially important for making sure that it's a healthy relationship. Each person, for example, should feel confident that their partner is willing to devote time and attention to the other partner. You can't be one-sided with this. As Johnson said, iron sharpens iron. They must both be committed to accommodating the differences, even as those differences change over time. Someone may gain a little weight. The hair might gray. Gravity takes effect, and things may not lay like they used to. But in good relationships, both partners try to afford their partner the benefit of the doubt. And it creates a sense of you both being on the same team. One isn't above the other. One isn't reaching out for something that the other one can't compliment them Um, and if you have this feeling over time, this can help couples overcome the challenges that they are inevitably going to face together. So I got a clip here that I want to show everybody. How to get a healthy relationship. This gentleman does coaching. He's a relationship coach. I don't know his name, but I'll find his name if you want to get it, though. He's a relationship coach, and he's been doing it for a number of years, and he's been very successful at it. And so what I want to do is play the first two steps that he gives us for maintaining or achieving a happy relationship, and we'll be right back.
The first skill that you must develop, the first truth linked to happy relationship, is unconditional love. Learning to love your partner even when you disagree with them, even when you don't like what they're doing, even if they're doing things that sometimes hurt you unintentionally. Unconditional love is something that all human beings have the capacity to give, the capacity to show towards someone. And you need to constantly be seeking to give unconditional love to your significant other in order to create a happy relationship. Of course, you need to do this without losing track of yourself, of your goals, and of what makes you who you are. And of course, you should not give unconditional love to someone who is toxic or negative or taking you for granted. But the key principle here that I wanted to open this video with is the fact that most happy relationships that I've seen over my many years of doing relationship coaching are relationships where there's unconditional love. In order to reach that threshold of love, it's very important for you to not take things personally. If you start to take things personally, it's not going to work out. It's going to become a power struggle, a conflict, and ultimately you're going to find yourself trying to control your partner or your partner trying to control you. So obviously you're going to have hiccups. There's going to be moments where you disagree and where you're frustrated and when you feel hurt. So instead of digging and saying hurtful things, I urge you and encourage you to take a step back, to blow off steam, to wait for the dust to settle before trying to resolve that issue.
Absolutely, absolutely. We don't want people to control one another. And again, this is we're talking about relationships, how to maintain a healthy relationship. Jocelyn Kelly says, when you love yourself, it makes it easy to love someone else. Most of us struggle with self-love, and we unfortunately look to others to validate us. Absolutely. However, when you're in touch with yourself, your strengths, your needs, your everything, it makes it easier to work with others. But a key point right there, what she says, this last line, it begins with you. And that's absolutely positively true. We can't be great for someone else if we don't know who we are. We're not great for ourselves. Now, those two that he just did, I'm guilty. A lot of this stuff, I'm guilty. This is why I'm in the position I'm in today, in the romantic arena. And I'll be the first one to say it. Do I have a problem with, I don't have a problem with getting in a relationship. My problem is maintaining and staying in that relationship. And it isn't due to, any abuse or anything like that. It's just that me in the business, I kind of want things a certain way, but it's not about me. It's about us. And as I'm growing, and you're never too old to learn. As I'm growing, I'm learning that some of my ways have been toxic, and they should not have. I should have taken my time. Let's put it like that. So I didn't do that. And for those of you who know or who are listening, who know who I'm talking about, girl, I'm sorry. Anyway, there's a category here that says how to find love. Finding a partner with whom to share life with is a wonderful but frequently difficult process, whether it's conducted online or in person, I don't want to talk about that with some of the guys that's going to come on, the search will likely push an individual into unfamiliar settings to encounter potential partners. To be successful in a relationship, it is often necessary to go outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to do what they want you to do or ask you to do. It's not all about you all the time. Bree Barnett says, yes, that's true. It just isn't based on a natural attraction. It's much more than that. She says, I learned what I didn't want by watching important people in and around me and implementing what felt was important for both. Loads of give and take on both sides. Absolutely. Absolutely. I salute you on that one. That's a great comment. Thank you, Bree. Yeah, it's give and take. It's sometimes, people always say that it's like a job. If you really want it to be successful, you have to work at it. You have to make it work. You got to do the things necessary to make the partner feel like they want to be in it as well. I've always said, for men, if you cannot soothe a woman, then what are you there for? We have to soothe a woman's soul. If we can capture that, if we can soothe a woman's soul, then you got a partner for life. Me personally, I haven't done that. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back for any of this, all right? Because I share blame for whatever happens, and I take full responsibility for my part in whatever happens in relationships that did not work out for me. But it has to be give and take. And I know sometimes we get caught up in life, but when we put another person into our life, we have to treat that person like we treat ourselves. Now, I don't mean if you don't take care of yourself and all of this stuff, you don't take care of that person either. Don't put them in there. Do not bring anybody into a relationship, into a situation with you, if you are not going to be there for them. Now, there may be times where you're so out of it. You so much is going on and you don't share with that person. But that person really wants to know because they see something's going on and you're doing this seclusion thing with yourself, trying, in your estimation, you may not want to hurt them, but in the same token, you are hurting them because they are part of your life and you are not giving them the respect. And I say this wholeheartedly. You're not giving them the respect that they deserve by hiding it, because it makes the situation worse. They're trying to talk to you and you don't want to answer. You're in a funk, and they want to talk. They just want to find out what's wrong. Why are you acting this way? And you don't tell them. You stand a risk of losing them because you're not being open. You're not being that partner. So communication is key. Now, every relationship represents, at least for one of us, a leap of faith. And even in the happiest of situations, couples, the things that once attracted them to each other can eventually become something that annoys them and drives them apart. You have to learn how to make a connection last indefinitely. And, you gotta, casual relationships, neither partner might see a truly viable long-term future together, but maybe one person takes action. And in some cases, when you ghost, like I just mentioned, the other person, walking out of their lives with no communication, not even a text, that's not even cool. You got to let them have some closure. You got to give them closure, just like you're trying to create closure for yourself. You have to give them closure as well. Respect and communication. And I think that's huge. That's key. Respect the person that you're with, communicate with them if you're feeling a certain way. Do not keep someone in something that you don't want to be in. You know what I mean? Just open yourselves up, let it go. It's important. I wish I knew this stuff before but I didn't. So that is Gregory's fault. I said my whole name. Gregory's fault. Let me give you the number 3 and number 4 tips from this gentleman, and y'all see what see if it fits.
Third, learn to be vulnerable with your partner. Learn to express your feelings without the fear of being judged. And make sure that you're creating an environment and an atmosphere where your partner can do the same. If you guys cannot be vulnerable with each other, you're going to be pretending. And you're going to basically create a dynamic where you guys are not being your authentic selves. Life is about ups and downs, celebrations, and also moments of weakness and, challenging times. And if you cannot depend on your partner to help you through these difficult times, how can you expect to be in a happy relationship? Remember to constantly take the time to make small actions to charm your partner's heart. Ultimately, happy relationships are about happy moments, little gestures of love, being there for one another when your partner needs it most. And it's important for you to remember to focus on the thing that you can't control. The things that you can control are your actions, your mindset, your behavior. And by doing that and deliberately trying to charm your partner's heart in subtle little ways, you will make sure that you will build the foundation for a happy relationship. A happy relationship is a balanced relationship. One person cannot have too much control or power over the other. And it's important for both parties to be themselves. If you cannot be who you truly are, you cannot be in a happy relationship. And if you cannot accept your partner for all that they are, you won't be in a happy relationship. Of course, you're here to mirror each other and to make each other better, but not to try to use your partner as an emotional crutch for your own happiness. At no time should a relationship resemble that.
Hey, shout out to my brother Michael Green, DJ Standing, man, one of the best DJs in the land, in the country, in the United States, in the world. My man, appreciate you tuning in for a second. Hey, man, so I'm gonna play those steps again before we get off, all right? But he said a lot of good stuff there, a lot of good stuff. You gotta make sure that you nurture your relationships. Make sure that that person knows that they are loved by you, that they're respected by you, that you want to be with them. If you don't nurture that, if you don't show that affection, and I'm not saying you got to do all these grandiose things, all right? It takes a second to call someone and say, hey, I was thinking about you. Text the same way, hey, what you doing? I was thinking about you throughout the day. It takes a second to do that. It doesn't have to be anything that's grandiose. It doesn't have to be anything that's, you don't have to have a band walking down the street. You don't have to, have a skywrite in the air. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just simple things. Those simple things are the things that mean the most. It's not always about money. Not always about money. I was made painfully aware of that. It's not always about money. Money is great. Being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But if that person is not that type of a person, that's annoying to that person. It's an annoyance. If you're always saying, okay, hey, I got it, go get it. You want it, I got it. You want to fly somewhere, go. You want to do this, go do that. Handle your business. They don't care about that because they want you. They got into a relationship to have a companion, to have a partner, not somebody that can buy them off. So nurture that person, man. Now, in some relationships, that ugly word infidelity comes up. Infidelity is breaking of a promise to remain faithful to your partner. Whether that promise was a part of a marriage vow, agreement between the two of you, if you're in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, or just an assumption. As unthinkable as it is to do something, to step outside of that relationship, It's pretty common. People do it all the time. Um, and then when it happens, though, the question is always asked: should you stay? Can you rebuild that trust, or it's just hurt you so bad that there's no choice? You got to pack up and leave. You got to move. Let it go. Um, for the people that's doing infidelity, and I'm not a cheater. I don't. That's one thing I don't do. I'm not a cheater. But for the cheater, that stuff can be exciting. It can be seductive. For when you get up in the older ages, it's like I want to see if I still got it. You're not thinking about what effect it's going to have on your partner. You just want to see if you still got it. What are the main reasons why people cheat? Uh, Although most people are aware of the costs of cheating in a relationship, particularly in a marriage, betrayal of that type can lead to a divorce, and parental disruption and infidelity is a predictor of depression, anxiety, and domestic violence. But people stray anyway. Why? Because they fall out of love. They seek a variety. They want to see if they still got it. Sometimes they feel neglected by the person that they're with, and they go somewhere else. Sometimes situations just happen, and if it's the latter, the one where you're feeling neglected, then you go out there to build your self-esteem up, and it's either way, it's not right. Someone asked, do men do it more than women? Men have always been more likely to cheat, but nowadays women do it as well. And when a man cheats on a woman, she's more emotional. When a woman cheats on a man, he gets violent. It's not necessary. That's why you don't do it at all. Just don't cheat. It's simple. Stop. Cut it out. Don't cheat. Let it go. Don't let me get scripture time up in here. Let it go. So that's infidelity. Now, sometimes the guy might be out there and he may flirt, but doesn't take it, past that. There's a fine line between the innocent flirtation and the betrayal, the infidelity. And a lot of couples, they butt heads because they don't share the same definition. You know what I mean? So anything, for some people, anything short of sexual contact with somebody else is cool. That's what most men think. We flirted, did this, but we didn't have sex with them. But for a woman, any attention to another woman is unforgivable. It's just not right. Don't do it. Now, what if you fantasize? And I think that's not a good game to play either. Well, you ask the question: if you wasn't with me and there was anybody else that you could have, who would it be? And I know a lot of I've done it before too, which is not good. But you ask the question, who would you be if I was to die today, tomorrow? Who would you be with? And then you actually name somebody. That's called micro cheating. That's fantasizing. You've already had that thought, and they made you think about it really hard now. So now, who would you do? And you used to say Holly Berry, she ain't the one no more. Got a few other ones, but Holly, you ain't the one no more. Pass you. Sorry. But that's a dangerous game you play. And then some have sexual fantasies. Sexual fantasies, when you have them about the other people, if they're not acting on and don't become like a fixation, it's not necessarily unhealthy for the relationship. It's not my opinion. It's what I'm reading here. And it might even help maintain the sexual energy and interest, is what they say, okay? Clearly a white man wrote this. But researchers emphasize that sexual fantasies about one's own partner contribute more to a relationship. Now, they also ask the question, is pornography a form of cheating? And I'm going to read this verbatim. Since the partner viewing porn doesn't know and isn't physically with the performers, many view porn use as a potentially problematic but not actual infidelity. However, some partners insist that any sexual activity outside of the relationship is an offense. Experts suggest that couples be as open as possible with each other and discuss if one's partner's consistent use of porn points to signs of trouble in the couple's own sexual connection.
Quit reading that stuff, man. Quit reading that stuff.
Nah, man, I gotta read it. I gotta read it. Everybody say what's up to Maurice. Gotta read it.
What's up, man?
I have to read it.
My wife is sitting right here. Say hi, Marianne.
Marianne,
Hey, Greg.
what's going on, girl?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Hey, I don't know yet. I'll know by the time y'all get through roasting me.
I hear you on there. You go, that's dangerous, man. All that stuff.
Hey,
Yeah, I
man,
wouldn't even start asking them questions.
I have to ask them. It's necessary that I do. So
Might not like the answers to them.
I'm gonna like them all, but you know, I can't be like, you know, you guys have been married how long?
25 years, been together for 30.
Damn. Damn. Okay, so that's 30 years of and we're gonna start off with y'all. Other people the others are gonna pop on. 30 years of being with the same person every day, every night, every hour, every
You gotta
minute.
love
And
'em.
what's wrong with that?
Hold on, I got the voice going. Hold on.
We've
And,
even been in situations where we work together, so that means we were together 24/7.
And I'm gonna say this again.
We opened
Damn.
21 stores together, so it's got to be the right person. That's what it boiled down.
Yeah, it has to be the right
It's
person.
got to be the right
Okay.
person.
And here's a good question. How do you know it's the right person? And before you say that, everybody say hey to Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Hey, Gina. This is my wife, Marianne.
Hi, Gina.
Hello.
There we go.
I know it's juicy.
How do you know it's the right person? How do you know you got the right person?
First off, you have to talk about everything. You got to put it on the table and be totally honest before you even jump into the relationship.
Maurice.
Most people make the mistake of putting sex before everything, and that's where relationships tend to fall apart, because as we get older, our likes and stuff change, and if you don't have any common grounds to
Other than
talk
sex.
on other than sex, then you have nothing.
But you remember, I was telling you about the same thing. Once sex go away, once it's gone, then what's gonna happen? You know. So
And our marriage has been tested. I mean, through the time, there was one point where I was very sick, and so there was no sex. And then, there was Maurice. He got sick, and there was no sex. So, but at the end of the day, we love each other, and that's what really counts.
Okay, everybody say hey to Ujimar.
Ujiman.
Ujiman.
Bro, don't get mad at me about the music. I'm gonna tell you, it's some specific mixes I want to send you.
Okay. Like I said, it don't be mattering to me music. I just listen to all the music.
Somebody echoing now. Somebody echoing. Oh, it was you. You know better.
Is that Uji?
I said, yeah. I said, I like all the music, man. I'm cool with it. You can have a jazz mix. I bump that joint.
All right, cool. We're gonna get off the music for a second though. So, and what was your name again, Miss Bishop?
Marianne.
Marianne. So, Marianne, I understand you love him and this and that. Okay, has there been moments where you just said, "Man, look, I don't want to do this no more"?
No, there's never been a moment that I've said that I don't want to do it no more. The one thing that we agreed upon was that if one of us decides that, this is not going in the direction that we wanted to go, then we call it quits, and shake hands and go our separate ways. But even to this day, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have gotten very angry with him, but I've never felt like calling him out of his name. I never felt like I want to leave him. Now, ask me that about my first marriage. My first marriage, I was thinking of ways of how can I kill him and cover it up.
Oh,
So, but no, not with him.
and Maurice, do you feel the same way?
I feel the same exact way, bro. Like I told y'all the other day, you got to get with that one. When you find that one, you won't never ever want to say nothing to hurt them. Period.
And that's a
Never
part of
want to
what
do nothing to hurt them.
that's
Huh?
part of what I was saying. For you have to soothe their soul. Gina, you want to say something?
Well, yeah, I do, because sometimes, you got to work on that anger. You do have to work on that anger. I remember my first marriage, and my mother-in-law and I were very, very close. And I had a temper. I had a real temper back then. If you say boo and you didn't say it right, I was going off. But something my mother-in-law told me, she said, watch what you say, because you can never take it back.
That's
She
true.
told me, if you have to go and get you a bottle of water, put that water in your mouth and hold that water until you get your thoughts together and you bring that anger down. So it takes some work to deal with that anger. That does not necessarily mean that you want that person gone. It's just the anger is taking over, and I think that steps in a lot of times in relationships, because what you say
Who your
is
mom?
said once it comes out your mouth.
No, man, you just like the drag mode or something.
Whew, a little tired.
So let me ask you, Uji. Gene, I'm gonna mute you because yours is doing that double take. So Uji, and Maurice, you probably can relate to this too. Being in the business that we're in, I know it's difficult, and Marianne, you can talk on this as well. It's difficult to devote that time as we were building these businesses, I'll say, to devote that full time to your woman. Now, as we got farther and farther out, there's a lot of women that are coming around us because of the stature of the business. How do you guys deal with that? How do you guys navigate that, men's side and women's side?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll go because I don't think Maurice understood the question.
Yeah, I didn't.
It does take a person who is sure of themselves to be with a person who is in the industry, knowing that when her significant other goes out in the world, that there's going to be other women that are going to want what she has. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're not sure of yourself, if you're even doubting the fact that that man loves you, then it's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard. I mean, my husband, he goes, I told this to my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law got mad at me because she said that I was keeping him from being around the family. But Maurice, he goes all over the world without me. I'm at home making sure that the family has what they need here at home while he's out there. Mm-hmm. And the one thing is that I know he's always going to come back home to me. Now, I can't control what he does out there. All I can do is tell him how much I love him and hope that will carry on.
Absolutely.
And the same way with me, she's in the fashion industry. So it's a lot of people that, approach her, can approach her too. I mean, it's, we used to say one thing a long time ago. We used to say, what if the shoe was on the other foot?
Exactly.
What if you was out doing that? Would you do it?
Right.
And keep that in your mind all the time. You run up on a situation where you're not supposed to be doing something. What if the shoe was on the other foot? How would you feel if that was being done to you?
Right.
But the number one thing is trust.
Yep.
And that's the number one thing. Uji, you want to comment on that? Got to get off mute.
Still on mute.
Let me help you out there. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that, if you're in the industry, point blank, if you're in the industry and you deciding to have you a mate or a companion, that person have to be just as supportive to you as your fans. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have support. I mean, you don't want to come home and a person not believing in what you're doing and this, that, and the other, because it's
That's
gonna be a
true.
problem. It's gonna be a problem. Period.
Right.
All right. So the best thing I could say is, as far as trying to find a companion and being in an industry, you have to have. That's why so many industry people deal with industry people, because if they supporting each other, you know what I'm saying? If they supporting each other, it's not really. Oh, I don't know if she gonna this, that, and the other. They know how the game is. They know what the game is all about. Period. You know what I'm saying? They know it's women involved, there's men involved, and it's all on YouTube's bond as far
That's
as whether
right.
or not you're gonna do something else. But that's involved in the game. Period. That's involved in entertainment in the field. And if you have a companion that supports you, you could be happy.
Yeah, true that. Gina, you got something to say on that?
I mean, what you guys said is absolutely right. If you have vinegar and water doesn't mix. You know, if it's causing, if what you're doing with your career is causing friction, it's just time to face the fact that, okay, this is not going to work. It's not going to change. It's only going to get worse as time goes on. But again, that individual coming into the relationship has to accept what you're doing, and they have to accept you for who you are.
Okay.
You know, you got to iron that stuff out up front, and you have to. I went into my relationship just feeling like, you know, if this doesn't work with what I do and how my life is centered, then I have to you know, move on. I have to push on. I'm not gonna go back and forth with someone every day and try to explain myself every day when you knew exactly what I was doing when you walked into it.
Right.
Well, see, that's where it comes when at the beginning of the relationship, the conversation needs to be had, you know, an honest, truthful conversation, and everybody puts it out on the table, and you walk away from that table understanding each other.
Gina muted.
Yeah, she's muted because there's an echo coming from her phone.
Oh,
Go ahead, Uji.
But see, you know that if you're already in the industry or in the business, whoever you like, they know what you're doing already. All right, they already know. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise or nothing like that. It's not a surprise. I mean, if you see Greg on the show every day and this, that, and the other, and you want to get with Greg, you can't get mad because a woman ran to him in the mall and trying to give him a kiss and a hug or whatever. You can't get mad about that, because for the simple fact, this is the business that he's in. All right. If you just want to hit him, you know, say that. I just want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Point blank. I mean, you know, because I ain't gonna be able to handle the other stuff. I'm a groupie or whatever, and that go both ways, male, female. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to handle you on TV on this movie kissing that man like you doing. Look like y'all doing it for real. You know what I'm saying? Look like y'all fucking. I ain't gonna be able to handle that. So I just want to get some. You know what I'm saying? You got to be 100 with it. I mean, a lot of people ain't 100 with their life, period. So it's hard to find a person that's gonna be 100 with your status.
Yeah, but you cannot be happy. Go ahead, Maurice.
The thing about getting back into music, she actually put me, you know, say, hey, baby, go on back into that, because that's what you're good at. That's what you do. And I, you know, I explained to her fully. It's time consuming. And when I got back into it, you know, we was going out of town, you know, going with the fellas out of town, going doing concerts and things and back. And, you know, she'd been to a couple of concerts with me. So it was just straight up and for real when I told her, hey, it's time consuming. And it's gonna be stupid things out there. It always is. I mean,
so let me ask: do you consider flirting infidelity?
No.
Both of us are flirting.
I don't consider it infidelity. I do consider it disrespectful if you do it in front of me.
No. I disagree with that because I feel like I know who you are, and you should be able to do whatever it is that you need to do.
Being real
in front of me.
Yeah.
If you can't do it in front of me, then you shouldn't be doing it behind me.
Exactly. And that's 100 right there. I was just gonna say the same thing. You know, the person, like I said, the person know who you are from the get go. 9 times out of 10, when I got with you, I was flirting. Now I'm with you.
Exactly.
And if I want you, I'm keeping you.
Exactly.
If I want you, I'm keeping you. But you know, it's certain things. I'm 50 years old now, right? And it's certain little actions that my face might make this uncontrollable. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit there and be like, I can't walk through the mall and be just mean structured face all through the mall. Everybody thinking I'm mean when I'm a personality. I'm not supposed to be mean. You know what I'm saying? I'm a personality, so I'm not about to grade not look at you like I look at the TV screen looking at a million women.
Right. Well, see, if he acts any different than what we act normally, I'm gonna ask him what's wrong. Because I know who he is.
But let me tell you something. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I could be walking around, right?
Hold on, Gina.
I could be walking around, right? We doing business. We was opening up stores and stuff, and this lady was hitting on me, and I didn't even know it.
I stood back and watched.
She stood back and watched it. She walked up to me. And kissed me on the cheek, and I'm thinking, why are you doing that? She was just letting them know, hey, this is mine.
Yeah, girl. My girl do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit there and be walking, and it's a girl might walk through with a booty jiggling out of control, and I gotta look. Who ain't gonna look? If I don't look, I'm strange.
Well, look, I'm probably the one pointing it out to him.
Yeah, and my girl will too. My girl will be like, you like that, don't you? Or she'll be like, that's your type right there, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
I'll be like, you see that?
Hey, I think Gina has an opinion. Go ahead,
that's gonna cause you to get kicked to the curb real quick. And you know what? I know you guys were saying, well, that's the person, and and I'm not talking about what you said. As far as just look straight ahead and don't look at it. That's crazy. That's not being person. Your eyes to be fixated on another woman, and I'm right here next to you. If you know what, if you want that woman, then go ahead over there. I just feel disrespected in that aspect, and I will treat you the same way. I see men that are attractive. I see men that if I was single, I would hit on them. Whoa. But I'm not going to do that in front of my guy.
But you do, though. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a difference.
There is.
Mute Gina for a second.
Hey, mute that for a second, Gina.
Now here's the difference. When you got that bond with your significant other, all right, you can tell when they faking.
Right.
All right. You can actually tell when they faking. All right. Mm-hmm. And if you was to see this dude, I would rather for you to be like, oh yeah, he a handsome guy. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm in the house already.
Done that,
I'm not tripping. I know I'm in the house, but I would hate for you to fake. Now, if I'm walking down, I'm gonna keep the mall as a situation. If I'm walking in the mall holding my woman, and a woman walk by me, drop dead gorgeous, and I look at her, I smile, but she's still walking and she gotta tug me on, then that might be a problem. Then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But to a simple flirt and this, that, and the other, and then laugh with you on some shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not be upset, not being like, oh damn, I wish I could get her number. You can feel the difference. You can feel the difference between all of that.
I think the bottom line would be, what do you consider a simple flirt? I have been out with Robert, and guys have said to me, "Oh, you're beautiful," and he didn't trip on it. They paying me a compliment. And I have seen women looking at him, and I didn't, I'm not gonna trip on nothing like that. But
do you say thank you?
It's a certain point that you don't cross.
Do you say thank you?
That's true. There is a certain point you don't cross.
Do you say thank you, Gina?
Everybody has their different points of where they don't cross. Like for me, it's don't put your hands on my man. But if you just saying that, hey, you know, I like you and whatever, you know, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let him handle it. And when he gives me that nod of, babe, I can't deal with, that's when I step in.
Okay,
and my step in is I might plant a kiss on him, or I might look at her like she crazy.
What if you got an uncontrollable groupie running down the mall? I'm gonna keep the mall as a situation. Say you got a groupie that's seeing you from across the mall, and she in Kmart, she in BB's, and you just walking down the mall. She stop everything she doing and run and hug him.
That's different. That's different.
Okay, I mean she touched him though.
Yeah, but that's different. You have to know, as you know, as what the difference is. It's like, okay, she's going out of her way to take her finger and lightly stroke his face, you know, or you know, it's that caressing, you know, the touch, you know.
But see, you don't have to get mad at her. You won't have to get mad at her. You have to be upset, like with the gall of her. You know what I'm saying? Right, what exactly, you know, that's what you have to do. You can't turn that all on. You can't turn that back on him.
Most of the time, I'm not mad at him anyway. You know, because he can't control what somebody else does. He can only control what he does.
Right. See, a lot of women and I'm you know, Gina, I gotta say this, but a lot of women gotta learn. I've said this many a times, to love themselves.
Right.
When they learn to love themselves, and they choose a man to love, it ain't too much. It ain't too much in between that. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about what he gonna do, because guess what? Well, if he gonna do something, listen. If he gonna do something, he don't want you.
You know what? I agree with that 100%, and that's why I do love myself. That's why if somebody disrespects me, I'm not gonna be bothered with them.
Okay, but Gina,
let me give you an example of an instance where I feel like the woman went too far, and I agree with Marie. I'm not going to be upset with him. I'm going to be upset with her because you are disrespecting me. And we were in a restaurant, and the waitress, she was making googly eyes at my guy, and I could see her making these eyes at him. I didn't get upset. He was pretty much not even paying her any attention, you know. He would look her way, but he wasn't, like, you know, egging it on. She got to a point where she laid across our table.
Damn.
She laid across our table, and at that point,
that's too far.
It was okay. You took a little bit, and you kept taking more and more. Now you think that it's okay to do whatever. And I snapped on her. Like, no, you're not going to sit here and disrespect me like that. And I'm going to sit back and just not do anything. So
that's what Gina. That's when you pour that drink on her. You know what I'm saying? That's when you pour that drink on her. You got the right to do that then, because she's disrespected you. But you can't be mad at him.
That's where I'm saying a line has to be drawn, because that's a bit too far. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, you know, oh, he's supposed to be. I'm the only one. But you know what? Sometimes women will push and see how far they can go.
I hope y'all wasn't no swingers, Bob.
If we were. No, we were at a Pepe's. So can you imagine, why would she be laying all across the table like this?
Yeah, right.
You know, what was happening, I could see what was happening. She was trying to see how far she could go with her flirtation. And every little bit, she kept doing a little bit more and a little bit more. And I didn't say anything until she felt comfortable enough to just, you know, stretch all out.
I would have gave my girl $1. I would have told my girl put $1 in a G-strap. I'd have gave my girl $1. I told her to tuck it. I'd have told her to tuck it for me.
I had a pair of scissors. Carmex.
You gotta let people when they get to that point, sometimes you gotta let them fuck their own self up.
Well, I mean, we've had situations like that where, there'll be one particular situation was where he was at work and he was working at the pawn shop at the time, and I came in to take him to lunch, and so he was with a customer, and she was all like, you so fine, I want to go, I want you to come with me, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that to you.
Girl, all that. I'm looking at my wife and she asked the question, are you married?
And
my wife is right there.
Yeah, and she he
she talked down to she wish she could walk backwards out of there about 2
yep.
inches tall.
Yep. And she turned around and looked me dead in my face, and I just smiled. She didn't have to say nothing.
Let me ask y'all married couples and all of y'all attached couples and all of this old mess. Look, not mess, I'm sorry. Is pornography cheating?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I'm gonna say, in my head, I be feeling like I'm cheating.
Why?
Why? Cause I didn't block everything else out of my head. I mean, that's my time to go cheat.
Okay, I'm not quite understanding that part right there.
I know.
Like
I can elaborate just a little bit. Let me see.
Go with it.
It's to the point of where sometimes I just it's like I know I ain't about to go out there and cheat on my woman. Okay, first of all.
Okay.
But friendly pornography gives me that. It might get the right pornography might give me that excitement.
Okay, that's fine.
Which men we do love excitement. I ain't about to go out into the street and get it, but a porno. Now then you got the difference between a porno with your woman, or are you talking about by yourself?
Right. Okay. So that's where I mean, I think I think for us it really doesn't matter whether it's individually or together. I mean, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
gonna say, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you like this. After, and I'm gonna speak. I speak. You ain't been on here with me, but I speak a little bluntly. After you bust a nut, it's over.
Right.
Oh my God.
The whole thing is dead. The whole thing is dead. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like when you with your woman and you kissing and this, that, and other. Even if you was with another woman, after the night, you ready to go.
Oh Lord. Hey, I need to say this though. The views that are expressed on this DopelivenTV Live, that's his. That's his. That's the dude right there.
I'm just saying, it's a whole difference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a whole big freaking difference.
So, okay. Here's another thing, okay? So, is there a such thing as a 50-50 relationship?
No.
What that mean? Elaborate.
That means you ain't in a relationship. If it's
No, never.
No,
I don't know what it means. Y'all got to explain that to me. That's unclear.
Everybody, both of you guys, go ahead, Maurice.
That needles were gonna bounce back and forth so many times, if not daily, because if you're in a relationship that's pure, that's 100, you're gonna be taking up stuff that she might be doing, and vice versa, and it could be anything from the kids to the grandbabies to us,
It could be anything from the bills to did you go to work today?
Yeah.
Well, 50-50, if 50-50 means you halfway in, that's what you're saying? Halfway in the relationship?
No,
what you saying?
You're all the way in your relationship, but you guys are sharing everything. Everything.
Everything like what?
Everything.
I don't understand.
What'd you say, Gina?
I said there's never going to be a 50-50. Just like Maurice and Margaret said, Maurice got sick at one point. I'm pretty sure she had to take on more responsibility than she usually had in the relationship. Right. So there's going to be things that happen in life that's not going to all, make it a 50-50. It's just not, it's not feasible. In a perfect world, yeah, but we're not in a perfect world.
I'm still lost. Are you talking about financially?
I'm explaining to you. Hey, Gina, her name is Mary, not Myra. Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Uh, I
I'm
get
sorry.
everything from Martha to Mary.
All right. So when I say 50-50, Uji, it's like this. Yeah, you're all into the relationship, but sometimes one person does more in the relationship than the other one, and another person does less. So is there a happy a 50-50 where you both are doing equal?
There's not no such thing.
There's never an
That's
equal.
what they were saying. That's what they were
Okay,
saying.
Yeah,
there's not a
there's
such
never
thing.
equal.
I tell my girl, I wish
She
she
does
can.
more. Sometimes I do.
I wish
more.
my girl could do 100%. I tell her all the time. I wish you could pay the bills, do everything. God damn it! I'll make sure that you happy when you come to the crib.
Oh, hey, Maurice, he's doing the Dave Chappelle. I'm Oprah. Oprah, I'm having Oprah crazy.
For real, I'm telling you, boy, the house will be clean. The house will be clean. The kids will be clean. Food will be on the table. I'm gonna run her bath water.
What'd you say, Jen?
I told Uji, I'm directing this to Uji. It wasn't 50-50 because you were away. So at that point, it's probably 90-10, right?
Well, I always end a venture and start a venture. So when I was away, I'm not going to put any pressure on. I wouldn't put a pressure on a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? When I come back, if you make a decision to be with me, that's when our life starts. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put that type of, as far as going to jail, I wouldn't put that on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put that on nobody because that's one of the most difficult things in the world is saying a long distance relationship as far as probably a person out the country and you're not seeing them months at a time. But see, I'm not seeing my girls for years at a time. So I wouldn't put that pressure on them. I would tell them, we friends until I get out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about, I don't need you to confess anything to me when I get out or nothing like that. I'm not going to confess nothing to you when I get out because I'm in the camp. I could leave and go hit something. You know what I'm saying? I was to the point I could leave and
Okay,
different things of that nature.
but she could leave as well and do what she wants.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I wouldn't put that pressure on nobody. I wouldn't put that pressure on nobody if I went to jail. If we was married when I went to jail, that'd be a little bit different. But I would still make it a choice.
Okay, so do you guys feel that and this may have never happened to you guys, but I want to go individually, okay? And I'm gonna start with you, Uji. How do you make your woman know that she's your everything?
That's funny. You know what? I was at work today. I'm just gonna say today. I was at work today, and it's about 9 o'clock. A little bit after I liked your comment, I guess 8, maybe 9, and I thought about her, and I ordered her one of them edible arrangements. I sent it to the crib.
The draws?
Oh,
No, not the draws, the fruit, the flowers, the fruit towers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I sent it to the crib. You let your significant other know how you feel by not doing stuff all the time, but by the strangest things, strangest moments. You know what I'm saying? Just out the spurt. You do something. It ain't got to be nothing expensive or nothing like that. You can pick something on the way to the crib, or you can draw a picture. You can text her. You can let her know how you feel. You can do a what y'all call it on iPhone. I see you, you see me. I just wanted to say hi. It's a lot of little things. FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? You could do a FaceTime. It's not real hard when you feel the love. You feels the love. Okay. Now when you don't feel the love, then there's a problem. Then you might have to do a little bit extra.
Okay. All right, Maurice, same question.
When I wake up in the morning, I kiss her on her face before I leave. I tell her I love her every morning. There's not a morning been missed for the last 30 years. I have not said that. Unless I woke up someplace else,
Marianne?
Well, we call each other through the day.
Yeah.
There might be times when I'm just thinking about him. I'll call him and tell him, I love him, and we crack jokes and stuff, and before we hang up the phone, we always say that we love each other, because you never know if you're not going to see him the next time. You never know when you separate, are you gonna
it's gonna be the last time.
Is that the last time that you're gonna see him? So we always want to make sure that the other one knows you can take for granted that they know that you love them. You know, I mean, and then there's times when, you know, you feel like, well, does he really love me?
Well, we've been accused of being gooey, okay? Gooey to the point to where people are like, y'all gone. You know, I'm serious. I mean, real gooey. So,
I
Y'all
mean, we
don't.
still hold hands,
yeah, it's
you
still
know.
hold hands, and you know, I still tell her she the sexiest thing in the whole wide world. And when I wake up, and when I, you know, when I leave,
And he makes coffee for me in the morning.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this for the third time about y'all. Damn.
It is what it is.
And I'm sitting over here with you. When I talk to somebody, it's an echo. Anyway, Gina, what about you?
You know, it's not the material things for me. I'm not materialistic at all. Buying me things doesn't make me feel like you love me. It's how you treat me. If you treat me with respect and, you know, the conversation is respectful, then that's when I feel loved. You know, if we arguing all the time and calling each other names, and then you go out and buy me a diamond ring, I don't even want your diamond ring.
Right.
Right. So that's what it is for me.
Okay.
Okay,
I gotta
tell
tell when you
when
guys
you guys
argue,
argue,
and he does go by the diamond ring, let me know when you argue. I want to be around the corner. I'm gonna grab that diamond ring. So I might give it to my girl. Hey, girl, look what I found. It's for you, baby. It's for you. So, speaking of arguments, how do you guys get past that? See, I'm asking because I need to know. I've been guilty of all of the stuff I'm asking y'all. I've done it wrong. Okay. How do you get past these arguments? Do you go back and forth, back and forth? Do you get mad and stay mad for 5 or 6 days? How do you
Oh,
Greg,
get past these
okay,
arguments?
I'm gonna tell you something. The worst thing you can do is go to sleep mad. You know, a lot of people say,
and we have.
we've been to call dunking moments. You know, where we
Mhm.
just don't say anything. It's I assume not saying anything. You know, we get to a point where we can't come to a equal understanding. We just don't say nothing to each other.
Right. We made a pact
Long time ago.
at the beginning, and this is what I go right on back to, you know, that you got to sit down with your significant other and talk it out before you even get to that point. You gotta know, okay, like if I get mad and I tell you, don't talk to me, don't talk to me.
Period.
That's what I'm asking you. Don't talk to me
You waiting
So
on
when do you talk back again?
when you calm down.
It's simple.
When you say so?
No. It's not even that. It's when both of us calm down. If both of us are raising our voices, neither one of us can hear each other. And you know, 9 times out of 10, we arguing and it's the exact same. We're saying the exact same thing, only in a different way.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's a lot of times, a lot of arguments be stupid anyway. You together, especially if you're married, you together, and if it ain't infidelity or some stupid shit like that, you know what I'm saying, that you didn't get busted or something like that, you know, even if it is that, it ain't too many words to be said. You
Right.
gonna get it's decisions that's gonna have you made. You either gonna be mad, you gonna stay, or you gonna break up, you gonna do something. When me and my girl get upset, and you know we don't really go at it arguing top of our voice type stuff, you know, I don't do that, but we will say a couple words and we'll get quiet, and then you know I'll look at her and be like, well, how long we gonna sit here and look stupid for the simple fact that we love each other? So you know, well, I'm ready to make up, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean, hey, how deep is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going nowhere.
If you're
You're not
at
going
your
nowhere.
maddest moment and you look over and you say, but you know what? I still love you. Even though I'm mad at you,
Right.
I still love you. Then you got
There
to.
it is.
But if you look over and you say, I want to cut them up and dispose of them and can't find them, then no, get out.
Great.
Get out.
Great.
You're right. You're right. There it is.
Mike, you doing
What?
it wrong, or you just ain't found
the right.
You know what? One thing you have to realize is a give and take in a relationship.
Right.
You can't always be right. You can't always win the arguments. Sometimes it's not worth winning.
Woo.
Sometimes you just have to take the L.
Greg,
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's just I'm Robert and I not speaking right now. We had a spat earlier. That's why he's not here. But he went to the cigar shop. I went, on my way. Because when we both get back home, the situation is gonna be nothing.
But
Right. You looking stupid. You sitting there looking stupid.
During the time that we were mad at each other, we were quiet. We as each other. I'm not sure how to say it any other way than
we went to bed and woke up the next day, and it's like it's another day.
Yeah, that too.
Let me ask you, how does this sound to y'all? Where is it at here? In a relationship argument, it's not you versus him or her. It's both of you versus the problem. Remember that, and you can both win every argument.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It does. Because it's a problem, and you together already. Y'all two together. It's an issue that needs to be like Mary just said. You gotta communicate.
Yeah, but the problem is always gonna be there if you don't solve it. But you don't have to argue about the problem
if you're on the same page.
But you also have to think about sometimes there's outside elements that cause that argument to escalate. You might have had a bad day at work. You may have had something happen negatively, and the argument may have been a small argument, but because of the outside elements, it's now a big argument. So there are other things that factor into what's happening too, and you have to really look at, what's the core. What's the real problem? Sometimes it's the problem in the relationship. Yep, core water. We just gotta drink core water and keep our mouth shut. But one thing that a lot of people in relationships, they don't stop and think about what's happening in the relationship. They're just going through the motions, and you have to understand what's happening in the relationship. Is it, something just happened? Robert just lost his mom. And so I kind of in the back of my head feel like he might be on there. Some little things might tick him off where before it wouldn't. So those are the things that I thought about today. He just lost his mom. I know that he's hurting. I know that it's bothering him. And men don't express themselves emotionally like women do. You hold it all in and then you blow up. So you have to
So let me ask
go ahead.
Let me look before I ask any more questions. I played something at the beginning of the hour, beginning of last hour. Let me play this for y'all because y'all wasn't here. Okay, this is a relationship coach, and he gives 4 steps to a healthy relationship, to a great relationship. Here's steps 1 and 2, real quick.
The first skill that you must develop, the first truth linked to happy relationship, is unconditional love. Learning to love your partner even when you disagree with them, even when you don't like what they're doing, even if they're doing things that sometimes hurt you unintentionally. Unconditional love is something that all human beings have the capacity to give, the capacity to show towards someone. And you need to constantly be seeking to give unconditional love to your significant other in order to create a happy relationship. Of course, you need to do this without losing track of yourself, of your goals, and of what makes you who you are. And of course, you should not give unconditional love to someone who is toxic or negative or taking you for granted. But the key principle here that I wanted to open this video with is the fact that most happy relationships that I've seen over my many years of doing relationship coaching are relationships where there's unconditional love. In order to reach that threshold of love, it's very important for you to not take things personally. If you start to take things personally, it's not going to work out. It's going to become a power struggle, a conflict, and ultimately you're going to find yourself trying to control your partner or your partner trying to control you. So obviously you're going to have hiccups. There's going to be moments where you disagree and where you're frustrated and when you feel hurt. So instead of digging and saying hurtful things, I urge you and encourage you to take a step back, to blow off steam, to wait for the dust to settle before trying to resolve that issue.
Unconditional love and don't take things personally. You agree with that?
I agree with that, but I don't agree with the way that he brought it.
I don't think there's anything such as unconditional love. Love is always conditional.
Right. I don't like him.
I'm with Uzi. I'm with you guys. Yeah, that's the book definition.
I don't like him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the dude has made his money off of this. Okay.
Yeah, he looked like he liked to talk.
But yeah, and that's fine. Okay. My thing is, I just put it on there so that I could get y'all opinions on it. Now,
he contradicted himself with the first thing he said. As soon as he got on, he started contradicting himself right off the top. He said a bunch of bullshit. That's why I got that mark. Hey, that's why I got that mark by his lip. One of them bitches will cut his ass.
What'd you say, Gina?
I said I'm glad Uzi saw that too, because I saw that mark too. He said that to somebody and they cold copped him.
Yeah, real life.
Yeah, and I got stuck on unconditional. And we're human beings. There's no such thing as unconditional love. We put conditions on everything. And this is not a business. Of course, I'm going to get personal.
Right.
Absolutely. How can you not be personal in a relationship?
Right.
He tell you stuff that he wants you to come back and pay some more money for. He telling you stuff that you'll be confused by the time you get to the crib, and you got to go back and see him.
Because the first question was he talking about unconditional?
Well, y'all told him.
But the other thing, when he said to wait until you bring the heat down, when you angry, it's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your point across, the other person want to get their point across, and then probably at some time before things get out of hand, you might say, you know what? Let me walk away from this. But initially, you're not gonna be like, oh, you know what? Let's wait. This is getting that. No, we are human. You can't turn it on and off like that.
Speaking of turning on and off, how important is sex to y'all in y'all relationships?
How important is sex?
What? Yeah.
Sex important.
Okay, let me rephrase it. No, let me say it differently. How important is sex to y'all in y'all relationships?
What you want? Very important and not important? What you want? I mean, shit, sex is sensual. Sex is a part of feeling that love. You know what I'm saying? When you have sex with the person you love, you're actually feeling them. You can sit and kick it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? All that. You ain't about to get up and go.
But I think the question is more, is it important? Like, is it a deal breaker? I think that's more of the question. Of course, it's important in a relationship, but how important is it? Is it at the top of your list? Is it? I think that's more of the question. How important is it to you?
Okay, well, hold on there, Gina. Maurice and they married.
Well, I'm engaged. But you know what? I think if you I think you go through go through cycles in your life as far as sex. When you're young, you want it all the time. You know, it's very important. As you get in your mid-30s, you know, you still want it, but it's not as high as important. And as you get older,
Is that right?
but I'm not gonna. Let me just put it this way: if I were to meet a man that the sex wasn't good, okay, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna tell you the things that I like. I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna walk away as if I were in my 20s. I'd be like, girl, he ain't slanging it right. So
I mean, you gotta, especially if you marry a person. If you marry a person, you already know what's going on. It gotta be something that you can take on eternally with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I turn 60 or 70 years old, and all of a sudden she like, well, I don't want it no more. I'm not gonna stop loving her. All right, but I'm gonna let her know, hey, well, you know, I might need you to go find me some pussy.
Damn, Gucci, that's cold, man. That's cold.
Well,
I
at
give her
least
the
it's
option to
telling
go.
the truth.
I give her the option to go find it. You know, I need that.
if she says
Well,
no,
you know,
I'm not gonna do that. What
and
you love
are two
Wait a minute,
different
wait a
things.
minute. Hold on. Hey, Gene, where your headphones?
I don't have them.
It's kind of hard.
to hear you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear you.
Okay,
what
my
you
question. Just a quick question to Ooch. If she said no, I'm not gonna go find you the tea. Would that mean you would leave her?
No, I just have to go find it myself.
Go get it yourself.
Yeah, because she's not giving me none no more. I ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm sympathetic with whatever's wrong with her, and we gonna talk it out. Cause I'm like, you know, hey, we got a problem here. It's Houston. I love you to death, but you know, baby, I need something right now.
If that thing don't work, I'm
Hey,
out.
you gonna have to go to Toys R Us.
I'm not going to Toys R Us. I'm out.
I ain't talking about them toys.
I'm going to Toys R Us sister. And I always say, if I take look, and I'm just throwing this in there. If we go out and we go to this nice restaurant, and you order from the left side of the menu, all of them $100 dishes and this and that, and you see the $30 dishes over here, which is just as good, but you order with the $100 dishes and that. Understand. I have to look into the camera. Understand. Somebody, you or somebody in your household, you're ready to give it up. I am not going to pay $300 for a meal.
Get it checked out.
And I'm not going to get none.
Get it checked out.
It's not going to happen. Somebody, your mother, your grandmama, your sister,
Cut it out, baby.
the nun across the street, somebody that you know.
You better believe it.
They're gonna get broke out, right, Marianne?
You know, I don't know if I agree with it
Yeah, you do.
or not.
Yeah, you do.
No, because I'm okay. So because
If
that's
you-
not the type of
no,
woman I am.
hold on,
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I don't, because that's not who I am.
Marianne, if you and Maurice was dating, you know you love Maurice, okay? If y'all was dating, let's go back. Let's take it back, because Uji already know what you're gonna say. Let's take it back. And Maurice, you taking him out, you know, which is rare for women. Okay, you're taking.
I done that. I done that.
I said rare. You're the rarity. But you're taking him out, okay? And you say, okay, look, baby, let's go to dinner, okay? And he directly goes to that left side of the menu. I'm sorry, it's the right side of the menu. My bad. Goes to the right.
It is the right side.
Yeah, go to the right side of the menu. And he okay, look, okay, my girl paying for this. So look, I want the lobster twice. I want the filet mignon twice, and I want a box so I can put that in. Okay, one of them, because I'm a pick on the other one, and I want the noodles and all. I want all of it. I give it all to me, and take that bottle of champagne. So your bill come out $500. You telling me Maurice can get up there and say, I'm a little tired tonight, so thank you for taking me out. You gonna let that go?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You know why I'm gonna let that go?
I don't want to
Because
know why.
me and him were friends first.
Friend.
So friends, when you are in a friendship
Mhm.
and you take each other out,
Yeah.
then there's you already know ain't nothing happening.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's
Hold on.
already on the table now. So and
Oh,
then you build up to that.
and I hear you, but my name is Ujima right now. Friends get fucked. Okay, go ahead.
And this is the other thing that you have to understand. He didn't ask for me. I asked for him.
Right.
So the first thing that happened between us, I was the one.
She was the igniter.
I was the one that said, "Okay, this is the night that it's gonna happen."
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You said it, but Maurice planned it.
Hey, he knew it was gonna go down. He knew.
Yeah, he knew it was gonna go down eventually. He just didn't
He
know.
planned it in his head.
Uh,
In his head, he like, yeah, this is it.
Hey, who's
Hey.
like that, man? What you talking about?
She wore that. hey, Uji. She wore that dress and them shoes. Okay. Yeah, it's going down. I already
It's
know
going
it's going
down today.
It's
Yeah.
going down to
Wore
You
that
know what?
birthday.
It's more fun when you hold back. They try hard. You guys try hard.
Hey, Gina, I'm gonna mute you for good in a second. All right.
It's the truth.
Hold back.
The more you hold back, the more you guys try.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what. I had a bunch of them try that. And I guess it's the I guess it's that savoir faire and a nigga like me. They always at the next morning they say you so special. Cause I wasn't gonna do this.
Hey, I tried the hold back game one day, and the question was asked to me, well, what's wrong with you? You gay? And I'm like, no. Then you don't want all of this, you don't want. I'm like, I do, but I'm trying to be respectful. And you know what she says? And this is a girl who Harvard educated, all the credentials. She said,
Right.
she say,
Worse than a nun.
fuck the respect. I want it now. And I'm like, cool. I did JJ. Like,
Throw the fist up, say.
cool.
Yeah, but that might be what she wanted at the time in her life. It might have been she wanted. That's all she wanted. She didn't want a relationship that was dedicated or committed. She may have just wanted you for a little while.
That was her
She just
resume.
wanted a body slam for that night.
Tina. That was her resume. Okay. On top of the resume, it's like, how wide can they open? Okay. And we see, and it opened and it worked. Okay. And then sometimes, okay, is the river dry? You know what I'm saying? If it's dry.
The hell out of here, man. You ain't going with your chopstick. No, there you go.
Why do you have that? That's my question. Why do you have that?
Because after this is over, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna find some way to use it. I got a spatula, I got a back scratcher. I'm gonna use this remote control. I'm gonna be like, pause, girl. All right, come on. We're gonna have some fun.
I do that.
After all of that
I do a pause.
Yeah, there you go.
So after all of that last night, did that girl contact you? You said she might be listening right now. Oh.
Well, hey, look, I'm not gonna play
And on another world.
I'm not gonna play 3 and 4. Because y'all already tore old boy up. So
yeah, I will. I don't even want to hear. I don't like him.
Why would I play the rest of the stuff? Why would I play the rest of it? So let me ask you guys this: all of you coupled up people, all right? If there came a moment, if there was ever a moment in your relationships where you doubted whether or not you should, was there a moment where you doubted? You just said, "Hey, man, you know what?" And I think I asked you and Marianne this earlier, Maurice, but you guys can reiterate. You saying, "Well, hey, look, you're doing too much, and I don't know." Gina, you're in a perfect situation because you're not married, all right, but you're engaged. Is there a moment where you can pull back and say, "Well, hey, I don't know"?
Of course, you're individual.
I don't know what.
You can change your mind anytime you want to if your guts change. You ain't got to go with it just because you said it yesterday, a day before yesterday.
I'm talking
You know
about
what? He's absolutely right. Uchi is right, and that's even if that's. I mean, you get that. I don't know. Even if you're married, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You
Something
get those
can change.
doubts, and even when it's long term, like Marianne and Maurice, you know that it's still some doubts can creep in. But you know, relationships are different. I think, in my opinion, relationships are different at every stage of your life. There are times in my life where I didn't want to be in a committed relationship. And, you know, we go out to dinner, have some fun, and please go home. I'm done. I don't want to see you again. But then there were times in my life where, you know, I wanted to be by myself. I didn't even want to be in a relationship. I just wanted to be with me. That's it. I don't want a guy. I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be bothered with it. I don't want to learn somebody new. I don't want to try to deal with their habits. And then there were times in my life when, you know, I found that special person. And I was with that, you know, that individual for 17 years, my first marriage, 17 years, my second, and then now with Robert for 4 years. So I think it's just stages of your life, depending on what's going on in your life, that kind of dictates what kind of relationship you want to be in.
Well, you got 13 more with Robert because each of the other ones were 17. So you got 4 with Robert. You got 13 more years.
I told him that already.
Make them good. Make them COVID free and make them good. Hey, do you all have would you let a past relationship affect what you have right now? Would a past relationship issue creep in?
No.
Y'all solid, huh?
Absolutely not.
There's no going back to nothing.
I'm with Marianne. I agree.
So you wouldn't say, man, you act like this other dude I used to be with, and this and that.
That is the wrong thing.
You're starting a damn fight right there.
Yep. That's the wrong thing to say.
So what?
Because I'm gonna tell you, like I told you earlier, if the shoe was on the other foot, if I said that to my wife, you remind me of this other chick that I was with, there's gonna be a fight. And I know that. That's why you don't say. That's why you wouldn't say nothing like that.
Fuji Street.
I mean, shit. No, I mean, I don't feel like it's a such thing. Pretty much, you know, they coming to you on that level and shit. I'm like, well, shit. What you need me for? Goddamn it, you already got me over to someplace else. What the fuck you fucking with me for?
Right.
I feel like I'm original. I got me original. She got her original. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as you like this person, like that person, this, that, and the other. We got a problem there in Houston. It's a problem.
Have y'all ever, any of you guys, have you ever thought about an open relationship?
Yeah, when I was single. When I was single, yeah. Shit.
No. Even single, no.
Open and relationship don't go together.
Right. That's why I said when I was single.
Maybe that's why I ain't got. Anyway. Maybe that's why my stuff messed up, man. I be trying to do everything.
I mean, before I was married, when I was single, shit, I had different girlfriends. I had a couple girlfriends. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's when to do it, is when you're single.
That's what I'm saying. When you're single, that's called an open relationship.
That's open.
That's what that's called.
But
well, you know what?
A lot of cats don't know how to do that. A lot of cats don't know how to date 2 or 3 girls, and y'all friends, with benefits or whatever.
I tell you what, you got you a couple different girlfriends.
Date. I didn't say having in a relationship, but I said date.
Date.
I mean, when we were single, that we were friends, but we were dating other people.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what I'm saying.
But we were friends. And now, if my friends, if my guy didn't understand, in fact, I'm gonna give you an example.
Oh, here we go.
It was my birthday. My boyfriend was down. Maurice was DJing. His ex-wife was at the house, who was to be soon ex-wife. Okay. We were all in the same vicinity and
with an earshot.
Yep, with an earshot. And his ex-wife tells me, "Oh, does your boyfriend know that you and Maurice are friends?" I said, "Yes, and if he has a problem, he can come and say something to me about it."
Mhm.
Then she said, "Well, Maurice and him are in the bedroom back there talking." Like I was gonna hop up and run in there, like Maurice was gonna tell some
I told you
secret.
my ex-wife was messy.
And I'm like, and so
No respect, none of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my ex-wife too. She over here all the time. My
so
ex-wife over here.
it don't matter. It's
My
like,
ex-wife over here all the time.
Hey, shout out to y'all ex-wives. Damn.
Real life, she
No,
over here. She
no.
come over here and kick it. But when I was in jail, my ex-wife and my fiance was going out together. The whole day don't make no, that ain't nothing.
Hell no, my ex-wife ain't gonna
Because
go
you a
out.
pimp.
That
That's
ain't
right.
gonna
'Cause you a pimp.
That ain't nothing to me.
I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not.
Go Patty.
Absolutely not.
I ain't got to do. She on the computer. But
But
you can actually go back on some of Greg's shows. You can go back on some of Greg's shows and you'll see them both over. You'll see them both over here.
True that.
yeah, no. Mm-mm. You know, and you know what? I know I have friends whose exes. They're friends with their husband's ex. My first husband, his wife tried to befriend me. I didn't want to be her friend. I told her. She invited me to dinner. She wanted to go to dinner with me. I was like, we don't have anything to talk about. What are we going to talk about? How big is his dick? No. I don't
No,
want
you ain't got to talk about that. Well, that ain't the only thing. Well, why you be going? You be going there. You be going there for real, Gila. You be going there. There's plenty of things to talk about and laugh about and just have fun. You ain't got to be about his dick.
First of all, I don't trust her. Why would I trust her? And second of all, I don't want you. I'm a very private person to begin with. I don't want
You see
her
that square up in the upper left-hand corner? That's He's opening up Pandora's box, starting some shit. You see that? Look.
Well, see, it's good for Uji. Uji, it's good for you.
It's good for the sponsor.
It's good for you.
Look, I got 14 children.
Now, you lost 15 last week. You lost one?
Well, I mean, you know, hey, it is what it is. But I got 14 children, and I ain't miscounting. You trying to make me act like I ain't counting them right? I know what I got. You know what I'm saying? And but at the same time, I got 14 children and what? Four baby mamas. I think.
He said he think.
1, 2, 3. I got 4 baby mamas.
He sound like the cat on Sesame Street, don't he? 3.
And look, real life. I can invite all of them over right here today, and we can play some cards.
And I would love to film that.
My best friend does that with her husband's 3 exes, and they all friends. They get along. They go shopping. They talk on the phone. They have a good relationship.
I was gonna say, and I can leave in the room
friends
too.
with our exes, but we all are adults, and we know how to act accordingly when we are around them. You know what I mean? You got to treat them all different.
You know, when we first met, the first time I met her ex was at a card game
at his parents' house.
Yeah, they had a barbecue and invited, want to bring kids over and everything. So, I took the kids and Marianne over, and they said stay. So we sit down and chill. He was actually my partner in the spades game. So,
well, you know what? I think it's different when kids are involved, but I mean, my late husband had 2 kids with his ex-wife, and she just had ulterior motives, and so I wasn't bringing that in. It's kind of like the saying: if you invite the devil in, the devil don't come in unless you invite him in. I wasn't inviting the devil into my life.
Look, I'd rather have him sitting right in front of me than behind me.
There you go. There it is.
So what makes what does a good relationship need?
Friendship.
It needs communication.
Oh, yes.
Number one thing is communication.
Respect.
Respect.
That too. Mm-hmm.
Respect is good.
You would respect that number one, then you'll have honesty. You'll have trust,
Yeah.
all the things that you need to make up that relationship. And you can't do nothing but love if you have trust and honesty,
Hmm.
which
Okay.
equals
Respect.
respect.
You
Y'all
know, I
like
took a class. I took a class while I was locked up. Not this rip the first time. I took a class called Tormented Relationships. All right, and that helps with and it actually was a good class. You know, telling you what's bad and what's good. You know, and the key points of a healthy relationship, because you got your healthy relationships and you got your unhealthy relationships. The unhealthy relationship is the arguments that you got glasses hitting the wall and stuff like that, and the relationships cheating and different things of that nature, and you study staying together. That's unhealthy because something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All
yeah.
right, the healthy relationship, you communicate to get things out in the open, and then you figure it out from there. You know what I'm saying? And when you communicate, that builds a lot of trust, because you can't talk. Sometimes you're not able to talk to people about what you feel, what you're feeling, and what's wrong and stuff like that. So that builds trust.
Absolutely. So look, real quick, I'm gonna run these down, and then y'all can break them up like y'all want to. There's 13 tips on how to have a good, healthy relationship. First one is do the things you did the first year you were dating. Number two is ask for what you want. Number three, become an expert on each other. Number four, ask questions beyond just how was your day. Number five, create a weekly ritual to check in with each other. Number six, keep it sexy. Number seven, get creative about the time you spend together. Number eight, get it on. Okay, number nine, take a mental vacation every day. Number 10, take fight breaks when you need them. Number 11, when you're in conflict, when you're fighting, dig deep to unearth your true feelings. Number 12, seek to understand, not to agree. 13, make the apology that you give, make it count. Y'all agree with those?
I agree.
I agree with probably most of them, half of them. Oh, they sound good.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
have some,
you can't
they have some,
Half of them,
um,
yeah.
they have some
That's why I
instructions.
said they sound good. They sound good, but you can't agree with all that shit.
And see, what gets me, you got these so-called love gurus out there, and people out there that they giving it from their point of view. 8 times out of 10, they getting it from somebody was from another point of view. They just put their
Right.
little group
The
together.
only one I want to hear from is the people who've been married for 50 years, 75 years. Tell me what
Say it
made it
again.
last. That's
Say it
what I
again.
want to.
Say it
That's what
again.
I
For
want
real.
to know.
For
Uh,
real. Real life.
Now
I want
I
to hear
tell you,
about. Go ahead.
there's one old woman told me one time, and I hold this. She said, "Okay, when you have guests coming over, you make sure your house is clean. You make sure you put out the best dishes. You make sure that when they come in to ask them, would you like something to drink, and offer them something to eat. Now, when your husband comes home, do you do those things for him?
Right.
If you
Right.
don't,
Are you
then
wearing
there's a problem.
Are you wearing that raggedy
Right.
ass robe? Are you do you got that fishing cap on when you come through the door?
Fishing cap. What the hell's a
You
fishing?
do you
Put on
sound
the
like
shower cap.
Oh,
do you sound like Melvin Franklin from the Temptations when he come in? Hey, how you doing, baby, today? I mean, I don't know, man. I do I want a substantial, true relationship? I tried it twice. The first one I was too young. I didn't. No disrespect to you. The first one I was too young. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I'd done everything. Young man thinks he's done everything, and he ain't did nothing. Okay, thought I did everything, and shout out to Krista Wicks, the boss wife. She's doing a Zoom right now. I invited her on, but she can't get on here because she's doing a Zoom. She's always busy. The second time, man, and Uji and I talked about that. Okay,
I wanted to take Crystal from you.
everybody wanted to take Crystal. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. Kent, my brother Kendall would always try to tease me. I knew her first, okay, but yeah, but you didn't know her like that. Plus, I wouldn't worry about your ass anyway, okay. Number one,
I was a baby anyway, so I didn't matter.
beautiful woman, man, beautiful woman. But I think that my thing is now is that I'm so involved in business And I don't think, and this is just me saying this, I don't think that a woman can really take what I have to give. If they don't want the money, they just want me. And on the other side is that, and I told a one lady, when I'm feeling a certain way, and I don't want to hurt anybody. I try to make the woman so that she can never say that I broke up with her. I try to make her break up with me. I do things and, stay distant, and, I don't call and do this and that, which is wrong, which is definitely wrong, because I do care about the people, but, I don't want to hurt them either. So how important is it for you guys to make sure, and I think I asked this earlier, but I don't think I got a clear answer, to make sure that the significant other is good? That's my niece, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, Niecy.
How do y'all make sure? What up, boy? Man, that's my
These
nephew.
my
Right
kids. Some of my
Hey,
kids.
nephew.
Good looking.
Mhm.
Good
there.
looking.
He got white boy hair.
I mean, his mama half Mexican.
Yeah. My got half Korean kids. He got half Tibetan kids. He got half African kids. He got
the world.
Jewish kids. I mean, it's all different, man, for him over there. He just got the United Colors of Bennington. What is this? There go my guy right there. What's up, boy? What's
How y'all
up?
doing?
I'm doing
Good,
it. Hey, man, we got to get together on a project, all right?
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know.
I got you. I'll be down there probably, if not this weekend, next weekend.
Okay, cool.
For sure. That's
How
my
y'all
next.
doing?
Hey.
Yep. I got 12 more coming. Wait a minute. No, I'm just.
Hey, we'd have to do an extended show. This will last 11 by the time his get done. We ain't gonna do all that. But look, man, I got to tell you guys this. Number one, Maurice, Gina, I'm so impressed and happy and proud, and Oji, that you guys have somebody that you can talk to, that you can spend the rest of your lives with, that you can just be yourselves with. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Marianne, I'm so glad you came on here and talked with us today. Needed to hear that. I'm sorry Robert wasn't on there, and Nucci told us yesterday he wasn't putting his on. She know better. She know better. I'm getting ready to get him in trouble now. She know better. She know her place.
He know his place.
Uji said, hey, Patty, if you're listening, Uji said a woman's place is in the kitchen, make my food. Don't say nothing. Stay 7 steps behind me. Speak when spoken to, and all the rest of them cliches that they used to say. I'm getting them in trouble now. All the rest of them. But let me ask you guys this. Would you, and how do I want to put this? And I'm not trying to offend anybody. And Maurice, I'll ask you, and I was going to ask Uji at the same time. Would you guys have a problem with your woman making more than you? With your woman being the dominant breadwinner?
No. Flat out, no.
I ain't never got to worry about that. Eddie Murphy told a joke one time where, we got all the money and you bring $1.75 to the table, okay? Because you want to do your part, okay?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Now you got to give up half.
Going to do my part. Then you're going to give up half, okay? There is no part. I'm sorry, okay? If I got all that, and a prenup has always been my thing. I can't do it. I can't lose.
Well, we didn't have no prenup because we didn't have shit.
That's right. We started with the zero. So I mean, I was going through divorce, and
and I had already went through a divorce.
And we just had our kids. I was a single dad, so
I was a single mom.
So I mean, it was kind of, we didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? We had each other,
yeah.
And with the kids, we take the kids out together, and we were just friends then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, we kind of learned a lot about each other just by
just by being friends.
Yeah, being friends, and I always, people always ask, well, we was friends first, as friends.
That's one thing.
Friends first, and if it don't kick off, then it don't kick off. We just friends.
That's one thing.
You can always step to the side on that and go.
One thing I love about my sister Gina, you know, what you see with her is what you get, okay? But her and her fiance, they are friends, even though they're getting ready to step into this arena. They're friends. You can tell they're friends when you talk to them. They're kids. You know what I mean? They're just they're kids, and I think it's a beautiful thing, man, to be able to, like I said, have somebody you can talk to and have some fun with. All right, and don't have to go through all those things now. And I'll use me as an example. I make the problems for my relationships. Okay, I'm arrogant, you know, and I'll say it. Everybody out there, I'm arrogant. I love my business. I love my money. All right, I'm not a Capricorn. I was getting ready to do the Floater song, but you know I ain't gonna do it. I'm not a Capricorn.
Don't do it.
My birthday's in September, so I'm gonna do a win a date with Greg Gray. And let's see how many people come through. All right. I found my wife that way, right? No, I ain't gonna do that because
September the 5th.
I love one, and I love that one with all of my heart. She knows who she is. And you know, Mama, if you're watching. But hey, look, I want to thank you guys. It's 8:45. I want to make sure that you guys say something that's really poignant, something that's going to encourage people who are thinking about getting married, who are thinking about getting engaged, people who are just want to be in love but don't know how to do it. Give them some advice. Gina, give some advice.
Well, you know what? The best loves that I had was when I was not looking for a relationship. Of course, my first husband, we met in high school, 17 years and 3 kids later. The marriage ended, but we were friends first. Actually, his sister was my best friend. And even with my second relationship, my late husband, God rest his soul, we were friends first. We worked on the same job, and we would go out to movies together, and I wasn't looking for a relationship then either. And it lasted 17 years until he passed away. And even with Robert, when I met Robert, I was at a picnic and definitely was not in the dating game. He had a hard time getting his way in because I didn't want to be in a relationship. But if you're out there looking, you're not gonna find it. I think because you need to find yourself first. Mm-hmm. And so, just wait for it to happen naturally. Wait for it to that friendship. I agree 100% with what Maurice and Marianne said. You got to be friends first. If you're not friends first, then and you put the cart before the horse, it's not gonna move. It's not gonna work out.
No. That's right.
Marianne?
I would say that hang on for a second. Sorry.
Take your time.
We had little invaders come in.
Babies.
That's all right.
Yeah. I would definitely say friendship first. And I totally agree with Gina. You have to find out who you are first. Don't go looking for love. Love is not something that you're going to find around the corner. You're just going to find lust. That's what you're going to find. And so, if right now you don't think that that's what you want, then that's not what you should be looking for.
Okay. Makes sense. Maurice?
Well, I think I said it before. The best thing you can do is when you do find somebody and you are their good friend, it should come naturally not to ever say anything bad to the person that you love, but not saying something you wouldn't say something bad ever to them. You couldn't even think of saying something wrong, and she and vice versa. She wouldn't think of saying anything bad to you. So, and we always had kept that in my mind. We had that actual conversation.
That old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt.
That's bullshit.
Exactly. It should be sticks and stones will break your bones and words last forever.
That's what it should be.
Wow. I love the the thought of being in love. I love the um, work that goes into it. Some people are not built that way. Love isn't for everybody. Relationships aren't for everyone. But this is what God gave us. Even from the beginning, God gave us a companion, and He wanted us to be happy in that way, to manifest that and to build that and be happy in that way. And you guys are exemplifying that definitely. Okay, you're doing what God set aside for us. So I congratulate you guys for real, even though I didn't come to the wedding, none of y'all's, and Gina probably ain't gonna invite me to hers either. But I congratulate. I've been knowing Maurice forever. I've been knowing Maurice since 10th grade.
Forever.
Wow.
And hey, bro, you and me have always been pals. We've always been good friends, man. And it was amazing to find out how that we basically had some of the same principles when it came to this entertainment industry. So
without a doubt, yeah.
Hey man, look, you reached out to me a long time ago when you found out I was doing it, and you embraced me, and you gave me some guidance. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that you got somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with, toe the line.
It's coming to you too, bro. It's gonna come to you.
It's gonna come when you least expect it, and it'll be the one that you least expect to be.
Look.
Let me tell you this last
It's
one.
coming to you.
Wait, so I always say that. I always tell people this. I used to pray for a man, right? I'd be on my knees, Lord. Yes, I'm gonna tell him this one. Lord, please send me a man that is gonna love me for who I am and love my kids as if they were his. And I get up off my knees. There was a knock at the door. I opened the door and it was Maurice. No, Lord, not him.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Baby.
I'm like, no, Lord, not him.
So Uji, we were giving everybody an opportunity to just tell, give people advice, okay? And we saved you for last because we know yours is going to be kind of out there, but then again, it may not be.
May not be.
What's your advice for people, man, that are trying to be in relationships, that are trying to sustain, that are having issues in relationships, that just want to be happy in their relationship?
Yeah, my advice is this. Before you try to get into a serious relationship, you have to love yourself. All right, love yourself first. And hopefully you find somebody that feels the same way about their self. Therefore, y'all able to give each other more wholeheartedly. More wholeheartedly. Ain't that how Mama said?
You have to pause on that one, huh? And then get it right.
Yeah, that was a tongue twister. Yes, but sir. Yeah, you gotta love yourself, because all these insecurities and different things, they will play a big part in a breakup.
Yep.
They will play a humongous part in a breakup. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel good about what you're getting into, if you don't love yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got to go around somebody and you out in the public and you feel like this guy or this woman looks better than you, so I better watch my man.
Right.
It's a problem.
Right.
I'm done.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Hey Maurice, that was a shock. It was just play. That was philosophical. I thought he was gonna come like, yeah, fuck these motherfuckers. No, nah, man. I clown my brother like this. Me and him clown all the time. I love my brother, man. Look, all of y'all.
Tell that story to everybody about when she got up off her knees, not standing at the door. You know what's so crazy about that? I didn't find out until we was probably in a relationship for about 5 years that's what was happening. And then she told me that. I was like, man, really? It's like that.
A lot of people would say, a lot of people be like, you got to have God in your life and this, that, and the other, la, la, la. And, that depends on which way you look at it. Because, I mean, my mom and my dad been married, how long was they married? 56 years?
61 before he died.
61 years before they died, right? And they both believed in the Lord, most definitely. My mom was Jehovah's Witness, but my father's a Baptist.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, there's a difference between believing in God and religion.
Yeah.
Right. You. I mean,
That's
you
a
know.
whole
I'm
nother
just saying.
That
I'm just
part.
saying. But see, they wasn't praying together.
Mm. But
Oh, that's good, Uzi. Damn.
you know
Oh,
what?
where my book at? Dude.
You know what?
Oh,
I just recently found out that my great grandparents are from here in Tennessee, and I found out that they moved up to Indianapolis, of course, and they took my grandfather and my great my uncles up north. They were married for 75 years. I found their
75 years.
obituary. They were married for 75 years.
wow.
One died one day, 3 days later, the other one died.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a similar story to my
95,
grandparents.
93.
Our grandparents were married about like that.
Yep.
And
All the
after
time.
one died, my grandma was like, shit, it's over. I'm done. My nigga gone.
Right.
All right.
She was like, all my life I done had the. No, she didn't do the slave talk. I'm just saying, but she hey man, look, he's right, man. After one died, it was like, what am I here for? That was my life right there. So
Yeah.
I'm happy, you know.
Yep.
My
I say
my,
he's
my mom's conviction is too strong for that though. She's my mom wants it. I think my mom
She
is
living for us.
ain't right for us. Yeah, exactly. Because she know after we would be lost, man. I'm telling you, dude. It's a thing. But I think and with our family, it's not about a relationship, but it is about a relationship with the brothers. I think after everything that we have gone through as brothers, we would still. Well, I think we would still be talking to each other. Okay, for a minute we didn't think we was gonna ever talk to my little brother because he was out there, but I think he's different. So we all talk. We all would be together, man. But at the end of the day, man, relationships are you have to work, you have to cherish. You guys said a lot of good things today, man. You got to communicate, you have to respect, you have to nurture, and you all of these things. You put them all together, man. You're gonna have a great relationship, okay? But the biggest thing, and you just said it, is that if you do not love yourself, you cannot give anything to someone else. You're just going through the motions, So, uh, if I had any advice for relationships or couples and this and that, I can't give it because they don't even listen to me. I ain't, I can't. I'm not going to say I'm not in one, but I'm not going to put mine out there like that because, my person remains private. But I want her to understand that been knowing her for a long time. I love you. I think you are fantastic. I ain't no good. I make mistakes, but understand where my heart is at. Let's
You
put it
know
like
what, Greg? You know what?
yes,
We,
Uji.
we, we do a lot of relationship talking and stuff on here, Dr. Phil. And I feel like we should get down deeper. We should do like family relationships. We should do family. Since you made that statement, I feel like we really need to do family relationship. Siblings, brothers and sisters. How they can get along better and different things of that nature.
There'd be too much
What
arguing on here to even hear anything anybody had to say.
Huh?
I said there'd be too much arguing. You wouldn't even be able to hear anything anybody had to say.
Well, it got to be a medium. It got to be a way to find a medium somewhere. It got to be something.
I cut people off. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah, everybody would have to be on mute.
But you know what? That's an idea. But I'm with Mary Ann, man. It's like
I mean, we ain't gonna be able to bring our family on there, but we can post. We can post suggestions and different things of that nature that don't work.
you know what? I'll do it if you moderate. I'm gonna sit back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with it.
I know you don't. Well, I'm gonna sit back, and I'm gonna make sure that families come on this time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these shows I'm doing because I'm creating something for YouTube right now with these shows. So y'all stay tuned. But again, man, hey, relationships are and Uji, we can do that. But tomorrow, what we gonna do?
Entertainment.
He said entertainment, not necessarily music. Entertainment.
Entertainment.
I like it when they don't come on because then we can really rip their music. Hey, Patty.
Hi.
That's the Uji wife.
I got a new song too. I'm putting it on. I'm gonna record as soon as I get off this shackle, and I'm I got a song for her to be on. She gonna do something on this next song I'm on.
All right, how do you take a bath with that thing?
I put a bag on it.
Okay.
And I take showers. I can't submerge it in water.
You could.
I wouldn't.
They'll be knocking at the door.
Knocking at the door.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You could, but
Hey,
I wouldn't.
when he get it off, he gonna have a white ring around his ankle.
No, actually, I wash my foot and ankle every day and put lotion. I'm a lotion guy. If I'm not moisturized, I seem like I'm a little bipolar. If I'm not moisturized, I feel funny. So I keep lotion and all that. My hands and feet are soft, very soft. I can't use jelly. I can't use that.
Petroleum jelly. Say it right. Put some respect on this.
I can't even use that. That feels funny to me. I gotta have some Jergens.
Hospital.
Again, my question is, why do you have that?
I got petroleum jelly. I got some chapstick. I got a tub of lotion. Not just a bottle.
And he ain't got no pants on.
Hey, when I do the stove,
On that, good night.
when I do the stove, I don't never have no pants on. Anyway, tomorrow, y'all, we gonna be. See,
I'm leaving all you freaky people.
y'all want to see?
No.
Look, Marianne, Maurice Bishop, thank you so much. Gina Gasson, appreciate you. Uchi Ma, thank you. This Dope Living TV live, y'all. We had a great time. Okay, shout out to everybody who watched.
Give me some music, Maurice.
Tomorrow, it's the music, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Before we go, we got to get scripture time with the two harlots. I mean, the two.
Hold on for a minute. Don't do it yet. Hold on for a minute, Greg. I gotta get my wife back in here.
For these two little fast. Hey, my grandma would be like, y'all fast.
These two little go-go girls.
All right, she back.
Okay, this is I quote at the beginning, quote after scripture time with these little with the y'all heard of the hot boys, right? These the hot girls. Hold on.
Scripture time. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11 and 1. You know what that means? That means even if you can't see something happening, you trust the process and you trust God. Now that's faith. Yeah, girl, faith is an extra push that says, I don't think I can. I know I can. Give it to him, honey. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. Ooh. Advice. Take it twice.
And then behind them, you throw the Players Club music on there.
They're too cute.
No,
They are cute.
Two little boys in girl bodies.
They are adorable.
They are.
They be
No. No.
Hey, no. In 10 years, they're gonna be like, you want to go to the back room with me?
Get out of here.
Nah.
Yeah. You see, they at the Catholic school.
Oh, damn.
They're gonna be on poles this big.
You see, they at the Catholic school. Now I ain't gonna say no more.
You ain't gotta say no more because I'm getting ready to play music. All right, it's over, y'all. DopelivenTV Live. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right,
Good night.
All right, peace, y'all.